Testing, testing.
Can you hear me, John Cody? Hello?
I can hear it.
So is it decently clear?
Yeah, I can't tell if you're coming through that one.
That is not music.
Well, something's on right now. Let's see which one's.
Yeah, this is on. This is on. But you can hear me pretty clear. Okay. All right, we're gonna go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Robert M. Maxey Field at the Crown. This is Ian Britton. I'm joined with my good friend Randall Davis. We're going to enjoy some football this evening.
Absolutely excited to get going here. Big matchup, big district matchup. Big district matchup tonight with Hampton. Hampton's coming in. They've got a good football team, Ian. They're a physical bunch, and they like to run the football. But right now, they're undefeated in the district. We're sitting at 1-1. The thing about it is, we're sitting at 2-4, but we still control our destiny. So, big matchup. Excited to see what we can get going here, and see what the game plan is, and see how we can get this win.
Absolutely, Coach. We're real proud of our boys and all the growth that we've seen so far. I know last week on the road that was a tough one, and another league game that we were unfortunately dropped. But at 1-1, we got a real chance here to change that momentum and take advantage of the opportunity in front of us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the Happy Valley game, tough group, tough bunch. But then went on the road against Wartburg in a non-district game and got a win. So hopefully there's a little momentum coming off of it, and I'm excited to see what happens. I think we're going to go here to the national anthem, and we'll be back in just a minute. to slow their quarterback and running back down. It's a group that they like to run the football. They're a really athletic group of running backs, quarterback, but they're also susceptible defensively. It's a team that, coming off of not giving up much against Cloudland, but a few games back against Cumberland Gap, who has struggled mightily this year, they gave up 28 points. And so it's a team that I think if we can slow them down on defense and we can get some kind of offensive tempo going, I think we're going to try to run the football. Defensively, we've got some really good stuff in for them. And so it all comes down to, if we can stop them defensively, can we get enough going on offense, which has been a struggle of ours over the last few weeks.
So is that pretty much going to consist of us trying to bring the linebackers up and crowd the line, or is this something we're going to try and just use the front four to be able to put pressure?
Yeah, I think that you're going to see some 5-man front stuff tonight. I think that you're going to see some different packages, and I think that you're going to see something a little bit different than what we've seen so far this year. All right, and we're back, and we're going to work on getting the technical issues there with Coach West fixed. I think what he was talking about there, though, Ian, is, this is our first game with a full rollout with the broadcasting. We've got two sideline cameras over here towards the 20-25 coming in. We've got a couple students on that. Coach West down on the sideline with a camera. And also, we have Landon McClurg on the camera again. So, full crew, John Covey producing. And if you're looking now, our broadcast team is up. Again, we're excited to be able to continue to grow this thing. And I think that's probably what Coach West was just trying to reiterate there. But we're going to continue to work on those technical issues with him. But coming up here, kickoff any minute, and excited to get going.
Well, and Randall, you hit the ball, or the nail on the head. We are excited, especially this time, to have so much student involvement, to be able to have these new end zone cameras, get a new and kind of unique view, especially in high school. Goodness, view of the action, and really be able to provide some top-rate production here. Hopefully, we can get these technical issues with our audio down on the field taken care of.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, and what 2A school can do this? We've got 4 cameras, we've got sideline capabilities with interviews. We it's the real deal. We're thankful we're able to do this, and excited to see the game tonight. And again, I think that this game, if you can pull out a win here, what it does for your chances of not only look, we control our destiny when it comes to getting in the playoffs, but winning this game changes that to where you can control potentially hosting a playoff game.
How big would that be?
In year one, being able to host a playoff game at this facility,
seniors, right, Coach?
Yeah. And so that's a huge deal, and excited to see if our boys can compete tonight, if the coaches have them ready and ready to get rolling here.
Okay. Well, who do we have coming out here as captain's coach? I see Clemmer there as number 7. Who's that there at number 22?
Liam Derman. So Liam actually playing in a cast this week. That could hamper his ability to do a whole lot offensively, but he's been really good for us defensively over the last few weeks. And
having him in that defensive backfield has been top-notch, and I know that's never easy to play in a cast, but at least we're going to have them in that capacity.
Yeah, and also excited to see we've got our first home game with our new banner that Coach Jude and the cheerleading squad's got set up here. So cool for them to be able to run through that. And
great to have this footage of the team running out of that new RAC, the Royal Athletic Complex, and out here into the end zone ready to take the field.
Going to be interested to see what we do if we win the toss. Do you want to try to go out and set that tempo offensively, or do you think let's go ahead and dive into the fire and see if we can get a stop defensively?
And especially against a team that likes to run the ball and their ability to control that clock, how helpful would that second possession or that possession at the beginning of the second half?
And with a little bit of the film that I've watched, they do have the ability to, even though they're a running team, of breaking big plays, and you obviously don't want to have that happen. You want to be able to get a stop. It's almost that bend, don't break mentality. If you can get them stopped, hold them to a field goal, hold them inside the red zone, that's obviously the goal. So,
and as we see on Saturdays as well, when you've got kids, especially high schoolers, stringing together that many good quality plays without messing up is just difficult. So force that offense to snap the ball 4 more times, make 4 more correct plays, gives you those opportunities to get a big play defensively.
Well, and what I'm really interested in seeing as well is this. We counted pregame, and they have 31 players. We have 42, 43, somewhere in that range. How many of those 31 do they have playing? I know that we both know that you have 40 kids, that doesn't mean 40 kids are playing.
Sure.
You've got a percentage of them that are playing. So out of their 31, are they playing 15, 16 kids?
In 2A ball, so many of them play both ways.
And what a difference that can make if they're playing 15 or 16 and maybe we're playing 21 or 22. You've got some fresher bodies that are going to be able to get out there. So
especially in that second half. All right, looks like the officials are about to take the field for the coin toss. We'll see. What's your call, Coach? Are you going to say they defer, or are you going to?
So I think they're going to take the ball if they get a chance. We'll see if I'm right or wrong on that. I also have the tendency of always saying that because I'm an offensive coach and I want the ball, and so. But I mean, I think that there's certainly always the good thing about if you can defer, get a stop, and then you get the ball at the end of or at the beginning of the second half, and so. Got him going out here again, Nate Clemmer and Liam Derman, and we will be a little in and out on their roster. We've got one, not exactly sure how much we'll be able to use it, but I'm going to pull it up on my phone. So let's see how this coin toss goes.
All right. Hopefully we can get some good footage of this. We got John Klaus down there on the steady cam.
Grayson Young, Shaden Oliver, and Dylan Trevette for Hampton. For Eagleton, Nathan Clemmer and Liam Durban. Welcome to the field, your Eagleton Royals!
So we got the coin toss happening. They just flipped it. Let's see who ends up getting it. Looks like Eagleton won it. Eagleton does win the toss. And we're taking the football.
All right.
I like it.
Offensively minded.
Let's roll.
See what Coach Brandon down there's got cooked up for this first drive.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if you look back on the season as a whole, but especially the last 2 or 3 games, the thing we've struggled with is just the consistency offensively. We've talked about it a lot, and it's you 2 steps forward, and for some reason it's 3 steps back. And whether that's a turnover or it's a penalty that puts us behind the sticks.
Yep.
Or it's a first down and you've got a wide open play and you miss it, and so that's the key for this game offensively is consistency.
But you've seen as the games have gone on and as that timing has kind of gotten there, at least in the last 2 home games, we've executed more down the stretch.
And I think that's been the noticeable thing, and I was talking to Coach Childs about that is, we know this team runs behind what Nate Clemmer can do. He's great on his feet, but the thing it seems like he's struggled with the most is early in the game is getting those easy completions to kind of get you going. So hopefully tonight we've got a plan in the passing game to get some short, quick completions to give some confidence to our kids. Going out on kickoff return here, let's see what happens.
Well, and this also tells us a little bit about the special teams that Hampton has in store for us. So many of our last games coming down to extra points and point afters that this hopefully will tell us a lot about what to expect on that front.
And we do a really good job. Coach Bruton takes a lot of pride in doing special teams, and so is this somewhere that we can gain an advantage? That's the hope is this somewhere where we can take advantage of, maybe they're trying to get some rest for their guys that play all the time, or are they short of 3 or 4 kids on the kickoff team here?
All right, do I see Colton back there deep on those next 2 spots? We've got Liam
Derman
and
Navarre. Not sure what's happening here, but
that's strange.
Coming on over to Covey.
We're just going to take a minute and thank some of our sponsors. GT Shelley Enterprises. If you need your lawn mowed or you just need some yard work done, call our guys over at GT Shelley, 865-441-6999. Broadway Barbershop. If you need a new cut, see our guys over at Broadway Barbershop. They've been around for almost 65 years. They must know what they're doing. So get your cut with Broadway Barbershop. Kuntz Cram Course. If you've got a student that's going to be taking the ACT soon, junior or senior, get that score up. It'll save you thousands of dollars on scholarships. And a longtime sponsor, Mower Works. Grass is officially starting to slow down, but leaves are starting to fall. Cut up those leaves, switch over to some mulching blades, and help our guys over at Mower Works. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Well, coming back, it seems like we figured out what the delay was. We were missing our goalpost pads. That's a first.
Hey, there's a lot of things new here on game day. It's easy to have 1 or 2 things slip. I'm glad the referees and whatnot, or whoever caught that, was able to take care of that here at the start.
Yeah, that's again, I've been around a lot of high school football. That's the first for me. Coach Childs is really good about that stuff, so
Sure.
I don't know if that one fell somewhere else, but it's okay. They're on there now. Let's get this thing going. The other question is always this. That's a 2.5-hour drive down for them.
Sure.
That's a haul, no difference
we saw
in
that last week on
when
the other direction,
two weeks ago when we went to Happy Valley,
Yep.
It's always a challenge. And look, they're in school buses. We were lucky enough to take charter buses. So does that give us an edge that we need?
Well, and really, Coach, I hate to keep harping on it, but we're going to, because this is just a beautiful facility.
Well, when it's the first, when it's the first thing that your opposing coaches say is they start talking about facilities. I have an easy look at that is Elizabethton in 2020. I went when I was coaching at William Blount, and you get there and you're like, wow, these facilities are unbelievable. So here we go. Here's the kickoff.
It's game
All right,
time.
looks like a solid kick. He's able to field it around the 20. Not
Didn't
too much
look, that's a
daylight,
late hit.
but Seems like he drove him pretty far out of bounds.
He
there.
was already out when he got hit.
Yep.
Not sure why we didn't call that one, but that's okay. Still, pretty good starting field position.
We're up past the 30-yard line. That's always better than not, for sure. All right, Coach. Seem to have a pretty big line here.
First and 10 from the 31-yard.
Yeah, they're And, Coach, it looks like they're in a 5-man front. So,
Okay.
And they are in dead man.
So there's no help over the top. Is that what you're saying?
They're
They're
in
just
zero.
basically daring us to throw.
They are in cover 0, and we are in empty. I like it.
And
He was held.
Yeah.
There it is.
Good.
So that's the thing is this. Here's what I see early on. It's only one play, guys, but they're telling us you better figure out a way to beat us because we're going to lock you up and we're going to put as many in the box as you can. There's no reason to try to run the football in that. And I love that Coach Branton comes out play 1 and we're in empty.
And
Give your offensive players a chance to make a play.
but you see, he has to hold him to keep him
Yep.
from getting open. So without that safety help over the top, hopefully we can.
I saw him take a
exploit
guy
this.
out. Looks like they're going to be back in that more 4-man front here. But again, now they're in true cover 1. It looks like they've got a safety. They could be in cover 3 because they're playing off pretty hard. But these outside linebacker safety type kids, number 16 and number 12, being as tight as they are, just makes me wonder if they're in some kind of cover 1. And if it is, your players have to make plays. At the end of the day, you've got to find a way to make some plays.
Coach, why do we end up at the 46?
I'm not sure what that. Well, it was a 15-yard penalty. I guess they called pass interference instead
pass
of holding.
interference, not a hold. Okay. Well,
It was a good job by Lane fighting back, but
almost got back to the line of scrimmage, but
I just
like you're
don't
saying, I feel
love.
like they're selling out for that run.
I don't
right?
love when there's 7 in the box like that. Again, right here, it looks like we're going to have 7 in the box. And it tells you to throw the football. You've got off coverage with your receivers over here. Let them make a play.
This is an opportunity for Clemmer to be able to establish this early and.
I mean, look at the pressure they're bringing.
Yep.
RPO.
Good quick throw, yes, sir.
If they're going to bring that kind of pressure all night, it tells you a couple things. They don't respect you, and they're going to tell your quarterback to beat us.
Well,
I think they've seen Nate can run. Lane's gotten a little better over the last few weeks at churning those out. They're going to make us throw the football.
Good quick connection there between Clemmer and Willard King, and hopefully that's just a sign of things to come.
So right there, got pressure through quick. Again, this game's going to come down to offensively if we can block them up front and give time to get some of these short passes off.
Is there anything Coach can scheme there to kind of neutralize that? Any sort of screen pass or anything like that?
For sure. I mean, that's always been my philosophy when someone's bringing a lot of pressure is quick screens, tailback screens, those type of things. I'm just not sure if that's in the arsenal.
Yeah, there's a here for our first punt of the evening. And it's a good one.
And gave plenty of time. It's going to be a little deep.
Going to get, takes a big Royal bounce and is down inside the 1 yard line. Woo.
I mean, that thing hit
special.
on about the 5. You never think that thing's going to do that. So, hey, can we put some pressure here, or do we give them 99 yards to drive? Either way, the longer they got to go, the better.
I was going to say, forcing them to start your first drive from this deep. Hopefully we can get this turned over and force them to punt out of their end zone.
So if you're watching the broadcast, here's our first look at our end zone cam.
Incredible views.
Great job here by our broadcasting team to get you a different look here. You can see a packed house as well. They're in power I, straight up power I.
He's able to kind of get outside. All right. Royals are able to corral him there, stop him before he gets a big gain.
And that's not what you want when you've got him pinned there on the 1, but I told you, Coach, they're going to be power I and they're going to run the football.
Okay.
So they like to put 2 tight ends and power I in there and
Some old school football.
they'll run power, they'll run ISO, and they also have a little end around that they'll run, which is kind of their counter to that. So got strong fullback over to this side. And
3 in the backfield there. Well, if he keeps holding that football like that, maybe we could get a gift. Goodness.
I mean, it's just a simple. They're blocking out, kicking out, running fullback power. There, you've got to be able to.
Is it about that first man being able to get off their block and blow that up?
Yeah, and a little bit of it's just our front 3 or 4 guys have got to eat up some blocks, and we've got to let our linebackers play. It's going to go the other way now. I mean, it's.
Well, I thought we were able to get back there, but
again, we had them there, and we weren't there from the edge and allowed them to bounce out and get a few yards. And we got some new faces in there this week. Diego Rojo starting for us on the defensive line. Logan Powell, Charlie Johnson's out there. Switched up what we're doing a little bit, and going to see if it can get effective as they keep doing it. A little switch with their fullback there. And there we go.
Solid stop. Don't get anything. Don't get chippy, fellas.
And the thing that I wonder here is this. I noticed their fullback there is in number 55, so he can't touch the football. So got a 3rd and short here. It's going to be a crucial down. 3rd and about, I don't know, 2. They've spread a flanker out here, and there goes the toss. Really good gang tackling there. Just can't give up that much at the beginning. So went a little toss. They've been pretty much power, and split a tight end out there, put a flanker, and went toss sweep.
All right, so the Royals here, another opportunity here on 1st down to hopefully put them behind the 8 ball.
In that look again, a little strong eye with a wing back, and they're just going straight fullback dive. Good tackle by JJ, but man, it's tough when it's
coming up from that.
It's tough when it's at 8 yards. You know, you've got to. The defensive line is going to have to make some plays. I see Scotty Ellison heading in there for Diego. Scotty, big kid, tough to move. Let's see if he can push some kids around and get some kind of, eat up some blocks.
Now, was that JJ coming in from what would have been a corner slot?
No, I think he's playing safety. Yeah, he's our deep safety here. Sally. Holding, it's coming back, it looks like. So that's a wing T play right there, Coach. That is an old school. You fake the toss sweep, you run the Sally underneath. It's just a misdirection counter play.
Well, everybody's moving right, so just hand it to the guy running left, right?
And all you got to do is get an out block and a down block, and hope that you've tricked them enough to hold those linebackers. So. Big holding penalty there. Looks like that's going to be from about where the 1st down was, roughly, just a yard short. So it's going to put them back at about 2nd and 11.
Well, we'll take that for sure.
So your question with running teams is does it change? We haven't had them in this situation, 2nd and 11. Can we slow them down here? Can we change what they're trying to do, or do they come back to that Sally? That was
looking for the first pass of the day. No, he tucks it, and we're able to stretch him out wide for just a gain of a few.
And their quarterback's slow getting up. That's he's
It's 3rd down.
Yeah, he's looking a little shaky there, but hey, again, because you had him in that 2nd and 11, now you've got a 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6.
Well, and granted, they've had a few big run plays throughout so far, but you don't typically see a run and play for 3rd and 6, right, Coach?
I mean, now it's 3rd and 7, but again, that's what they like to do, and there it is.
Are we able to pull it down? And I don't know that we are.
Maybe short, but
well, nope. Who's got the? No, he's waving them on.
It's funny how early in the game officials don't even look at that stuff; they just assume it's there. So I don't know if that one was it, but. I think we need to watch this quarterback, though, Coach. He's definitely slow.
I just saw Scotty coming back out.
Yeah, it looks like they went back with Diego.
Okay.
Back to that true power eye set here. Be just looking for power coming this way. There it is. And there we go, Gio with a big stop.
Gio Hippolyte getting off the block and making a big stop on first down.
Is that really where they got?
Well, and was that Connor who kind of got a hat on him first and slowed him down?
Connor got the kick out there, but he was able to kind of get back inside it, and that's going to be the key with power. Can you wrong arm that block, or can you blow it up? Whatever we're being taught to do to kind of clog that hole up, because then they can only bounce it, and you hope you've got a corner and a safety that's coming downhill. Switching over to that strong fullback on the other side, look for power going that way. They go with toss, and we're there, but man, they just hit it downhill so fast.
That pile, yep.
Carlson on the carry.
Now, Coach, you said wrong arm the block. What do you mean when you say that?
So I'm not sure if Coach Childs in our defense is teaching the wrong arm, but wrong arm is going to be that opposite arm. You're trying to. They've got that kick out block. You're kind of
using their momentum against them?
ripping inside of it, and
Okay.
trying to make them kind of turn you inside, so it has to bounce outside. If you're not doing that, you're just blowing it up and trying to cover that hole up.
Shockingly, another run play. He's able to get outside, get all the way down to the Royal 22-yard line.
What I see here, and I actually think that Coach Bruton is coaching them up on it right now, and Coach Childs is putting in Jeremiah, is Connor just ran upfield, and look, I'm a former offensive line coach. If I see somebody running up on field all day, I'm going to kick them. I'm going to kick them out and let them, or I'm just not going to block them because they're taking themselves out of the play. So looks like strong fullbacks over to the left again, and he's switching
back over to the right. Now, Coach, seen him do that to the short side of the field
there you go,
a couple
Colton.
of times. Is that normally the strategy with that play? What is the –
With what we're doing defensively, I don't think it really matters to them which way they go, but having that short side of the field sometimes
seems like it helps the defense if you're just running a
definitely
power
with a
play.
running team, you have less ground, right? And you saw it right there. The last play, he was able to get outside a little bit and take some speed right there. He ran out of real estate.
Is that, or they're trying to set up the Sally that you call it here going the other way, right?
I'd watch the quarterback here. No, just a straight dive.
Well, and Coach,
I will say 64, their offensive linemen, they just ran and dove on the pile. Quite certain you can't do that in high school football, but they're just falling forward right now. They're falling forward, and gotta see if we can figure out a way to slow them down. Again, we talked about it early. Bend don't break, right? Can we get something here with the shortened field?
is this an opportunity to hold them just to 3, right?
Yeah, and that's at this point that's what you're looking for. And I don't know what their kicking game really is, so
He's able to get that edge.
and that's a touchdown for
And
Hampton.
it's a touchdown, Hampton.
Carlson on the pitch. Touchdown.
So, Coach, they probably ran 12 plays there, and they didn't throw it one time. They acted like they were going to throw it. The quarterback ran
one
the
time
football,
it looked
so.
like it might be. He was just a keeper, right?
And the other thing is they burned probably 6-7 minutes off the clock.
Yeah,
So
that's well over half.
we've got to
quarter.
find a way to get a stop, but we can't go 3 and out.
Yeah.
We've got to find a way for those
Possession's gonna be
kids that aren't playing on offense to get some
Spark.
breath and get their air back, but we also have to find a way to sustain a drive. And they're obviously not a very good kicking team because they went for 2. And again, if you're getting 8 or 9 every time, I think I would too.
I'd say.
So let's go over to Mr. Covey for a sponsor spotlight.
Eagleton 0.
Coach Cram course, do you need to up some of those ACT scores? Maybe just focus on some of those fundamentals, kind of like our defense in the past drive. Call Coons Cram course, ACT Prep, 865-387-0815.
Kobe's always topical with his spots there. I appreciate the. All right. Well, Coach, you've been in these huddles before. Like you said, Coach Bruton's trying to talk to Connor there on the last play. What are you saying defensively right now? Is it just
They're doing nothing we weren't expecting.
Okay.
That's exactly what we thought was coming. We just are getting beat. Sometimes we have to find a way to win each individual battle. We have to find a way to take up blocks. But I think as important as anything, we have to find a way to sustain some offense here and get some points. If we get into the habit of going 3 and out and then giving them 6 minutes to drive down the clock, it could be a pretty quick night for the Royals.
Not quite as good a kick coming to Navarre.
I like Navarre with the ball in his hands.
I do too. He's able to catch one and get out over the 40-yard. No.
They called him down.
They called him down.
They blew the whistle and called him down. No one threw a bag.
Referees are conferencing now.
To be honest with you, I thought it was out. But I heard a whistle before the ball was ever recovered.
Well, and if he's hit the ground, it has to be loose before he hits, right?
Yes.
It cannot, the ground can't cause the fumble.
Correct. And I have a feeling that Hampton's coach is going to go crazy if they change this or if Eagleton gets the football.
I was going to say, I don't know that they've changed because they haven't chosen anything, but.
Long conference for this one.
I was going to say, if you don't know it, you don't know it, guys. You got to go with the call on the field or non-call, if the case may be.
It's going to be our football. It's going to be our ball.
All right, Royals take over at the 41.
The Cloudland fans and Cloudland coaches certainly aren't happy.
I understand it's always difficult when you don't get the call you want, but it's late as well.
So again, let's sustain something here offensively. Looks like we've got Gio in the backfield.
Could be a momentum play. That's a new look for us, right, Coach? But that's a big body there in the backfield.
Little H-back look. And with that kind of numbers, you need it. I think you need it for pass protection. I think you need it if you want to try to run the football.
Well, that looked real good, Coach.
And they're going to call a hold.
Now, will that add to this, or would that be from?
I think that's going to be an offensive hold. So I think that's going to be going back. I didn't see it. It was on the backside of the play there. But usually when it comes from that guy.
I was going to say, but I figured because it was farther up like that near the play. But you're right.
But I think you brought up something interesting on the last drive is with I mean, they're walking guys up and they've got 7 on the line almost with these linebackers. We got to find a way to get something just over top of them. Something quick, some kind of quick strike. But having Gio in there obviously gives us some numbers. But look at this. I mean, their linebackers are 2 yards deep at most. 12's kind of just roaming.
Even if it's just a quick pass out to the flat and you beat one guy – and that's the only person that's there. And that
is going to be the key. We've got to run a little harder. We got to block a little harder up front. But, man, all you got to do is sneak through one time.
Well, and is there something in our arsenal that allows us to get Cope out into that flat, right? Is there some sort of motion that we can do getting him out of the backfield?
Well, we started out the game in empty, and it was with Lane as a receiver, and I think you can do some interesting concepts with getting him into the flats or running bubbles with him and things like that. And he's a athletic kid that can make plays. I'm coming to Navarre down here, or that's Colton. I'm sorry. There we go.
Solid pass and catch.
We just
almost up to.
Interesting that a little bit of a late hit on the quarterback there.
I was gonna say I wondered if that.
Got to make sure we're protecting him. But you're in a situation you don't want to be. 3rd and 13. Not a lot of plays in the playbook for that. But the one saving grace right now is that their kicking game's not great. And we've started out with good field position. But I'm looking at some kind of concept here to get one of these guys open. Some kind of switch routes or
we got trips
something.
To the near side. Is that the first time we've done this tonight?
Screen.
Oh, screen right on
there
cue.
It is. And
it's got some space to
we got a block. Oh, Trevor, you got a block, buddy.
Right there.
I mean, if he stays with them right there, and I'd love to see the replay of that one, but, man, if we stayed with them right there, it's open.
All right.
Going to punt the football here. Got Gabe coming in.
Well, and again, last week or 2 weeks ago and this week, some solid special teams has really bailed us out. Hopefully we can get another solid punt right here, put them and force them to earn it again, right?
Certainly wouldn't hurt my feelings if we could down another one inside the 5 or 10.
Well, if they want to just put one on the turf for us,
well, they're not even putting anybody back. Not even putting anyone back. And we did fake one last week, and that's perfect.
Well, and that's the way to kick it if there's
Just
nobody
roll.
back there, right?
Absolutely. Again, that's exactly what you want to do there. Inside
Great
the 20, make them
execution
earn
by
it.
Bruton's crew right there. All right. So it's not 99 yards, Coach, but it's most of the football field. Hopefully we can get something moving here with this defensive line and slow them down.
You're going to be interested to see, do they stay in that power eye look? Do they go back to that strong eye look with a little wing back, full back?
Just want to point out again our fantastic crew in these beautiful shots of these red zone and shots
So
inside the 20.
Strong eye to the short side of the field. Nice little stop there.
Great view of it here on the monitor, Coach. Able to kind of get off and shed that block and make a really tough tackle for tonight. What's a short gain of 2.5, right?
Yeah, and you'll take that. You know, the problem is they have enough confidence on 4th and 1 in their own side to just go ahead and go for it.
Think they'd do it this deep?
I don't know. I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't, because you're only up a score.
Yep.
Short. No, back into that power eye. Looks like they're just going to dive. Connor's there. He's just got to run. Man.
Well, but he's able to wrap him up.
He's too deep. That was his problem at Wartburg last week. Connor had a great game. But it was like the tale of two halves. It was either he was too far upfield or he was making a play. So right there, if he squeezes down the line, he's right in that running back's path.
And hopefully that's exactly what he and Coach are having a conversation about right now as Jeremiah jumps in. Hopefully he can.
At that outside linebacker type position, you got to squeeze, you got to squeeze, you got to squeeze. There's just a dive, and again, gosh, he's still running.
It seems like a tough kid.
Carlson on the carry. Tackle by relation.
All right, new fresh set of downs.
Got Jonathan Jewell heading in for Logan Powell.
Now, Jonathan played quite a bit for us up there last week, correct?
For sure. Played kind of both ways, especially with the loss of Caleb Click, who's out right now. Back to a strong fullback to this side. They're going weak this time.
A lot of patience by that running back. Goodness.
You can't give up that much. You can't give up that much.
We had him stopped.
And also, I don't like that it's this early in the game and we're already getting just a little bit too chippy for my liking. Tyson with a little bit of pushing back there against number 33. But that's the end of our first quarter. That was quick. That's what happens with a running football team. Let's go over to John Covey for a sponsor spotlight.
Mower Works, it's officially that time of year. If you need your grass cut, you probably need your mower worked on. If your grass isn't growing anymore, bring it on down to Mower Works. They'll get that winterization going. I highly recommend that you also aerate and make sure to get those leaves off your lawn. Otherwise, it will kill your grass. We do have some issues with fungus in the grass here. So call our guys over at Mower Works. Talk to Mark. Talk to Naomi. 865-213-2773.
All right, Coach. Well, not exactly the score we wanted to have after the first quarter, but we're still within a score. And
here's the thing with running football teams. They have a lot more of a tendency of fumbling the football. This is an under-center team. It happens all the time. It happens in the NFL, so it's going to happen at a high rate in high school. We need a stop. We got to get a stop. I liked what we did there at the end offensively. We just got 10 yards behind the sticks, right? It's hard when you're 10 yards behind the sticks. So, but we got to get a stop. I know I've said that probably 100 times by now, and the people watching are probably like, yeah, we get it. But we have to find a way to get the ball back without a score.
Ooh, a little misdirection. He gets the edge and a lot more.
And it's just a misdirection. That wasn't the Sally that time, but
was that the inside fullback?
Yeah, I mean, it was almost like they just ran a little fake with the fullback and went back to what was their tailback.
Okay.
No, he was the fullback. I'm sorry. 12 is their running back, so that was some kind of little not the strong fullback, not number 55.
It was coming back to the other one, right?
Yeah. And that actually might have been that end around. He's in there at tight end right now. Now we got toss. Again, Jeremiah too far upfield. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Squeeze. Blow up that block. Don't try to make every play. You can't try to make every play. Sometimes it ain't about the glory. Let those linebackers
now we got toss.
Get the glory. Again, Jeremiah too far upfield.
What you mean
And that's
is
what
to hold
that's
the offensive lineman and push him back and cause him
and
to
if
be
I'm
the one that
if
blows
I'm
up the play.
Jeremiah or I'm Connor,
Then it
instead of
frees
trying to
them
get
up
up
to
and
come
go
up and
around a block, I'm going to try to blow that blocker up. If I blow that blocker up, there's less of a hole.
Well, and
That time he got held because he literally fell down.
Yep. He's pushed out of bounds around the 21-yard line.
Wilson on the carry. Relation forced him out of bounds. It's first down, Hampton.
All right. Coach, you said it earlier, bend, don't break. We've bent.
Well,
Trying.
just find a way to run through a gap here and get somebody. I don't like that we're just now running somebody off. Navarre, there we go. Navarre's got some hustle. Jeremiah, get upfield and blow him up. Blow him up.
Ooh, close there from Jeremiah.
Pounds it in for the Hampton touchdown.
Just a little toss sweep play there. Jeremiah had a chance to make a play.
I was gonna say he had a hand on him, but it's about bringing him down. This isn't touch football,
And
right, Coach?
it's about coming, getting under yourself. You can't be off balance. You can't be just diving at someone. You've got to have a sense of gravity to try to make those tackles. Again, going for two here.
Say a big stop right here would. No.
Coach, they run football hard.
And they run it well.
I knew watching on film that this was going to be a game where you got to be able to slow the run down, but man, they run downhill. There is no.
I was gonna say there's no east and west about
no,
this.
and there's also no just tiptoeing around. They find the hole and they hit
Gonna
it.
put a hat on you.
And then when they get hit, those feet keep turning. But again, let's hope we have good field position here. And let's not get behind the sticks.
Well, and I'll call everyone's attention one more time to these fantastic overhead views provided by this wonderful production crew here.
And man, we couldn't do it without John Covey. There ain't no doubt. He's pushing all the right buttons. He's
if y'all could see him up here, he's got a screen the size of a television, and he's got about 20 windows open, making us look
a bunch of buttons that don't make no sense. But
I don't know that he does. He does.
I appreciate that, guys. It's a new thing for us. We're trying some of the replays, so please bear with us as we're trying to figure this out. But it's pretty cool. We got a pretty sweet setup going on here.
This is exciting.
And Landon McClurg doing a great job on the camera.
Seriously.
He's zooming with he's not even using the fancy zoom button thing. He's actually zooming that thing with the camera. So I like it. Let's see if we can get some kind of momentum here, Coach Britton. Bad kickoff. Gonna let Colton get it. Now run.
Able to fill
run.
it. Now has a full head. Whew. Solid open field tackle by Hampton.
One quarter and a minute into the game, Coach, they do nothing half speed. Hampton hits. We got a kid that I saw him get hit. He's down. Obviously, we hope he's okay. That's always the important thing in this, is that no one comes out of it hurt. But man, Hampton does not. They don't slow down. They tackle hard. They run hard. They block hard.
Downhill. Yep.
We're gonna pause just for a minute till the injury timeout.
All right, here, guys. Again, we've been talking about Landon here just because he's right here with us up in the booth providing us some spectacular over-the-top views. We've also got Peyton Estrada out there on our left end zone, Shaylee Chastain over here on our right side, and John Klaus working hard, moving around down there, Coach, just getting us some great steady cam views of live action down on the field.
Yeah, they're all working hard. The only person I don't see doing anything is Coach West. Not sure where he's at, but thanks to our broadcasting team again. Really, really great job. Still got an injury on the field. We're going to go ahead and pause for just another minute.
Do you need a new trim? Perhaps just getting a little bit shaggy? Get over to Broadway Barbershop. They'll give you a clean cut. They are open Monday through Friday. They allow walk-ins all the time. Saturday, hop on by. The guys are at Broadway Barbershop, our touchdown sponsors. Hopefully we'll be hearing from them coming in second quarter.
Well, and Coach, another opportunity to maybe throw some free publicity out there for some of our Eagleton staples that we'd love to have involved in what we're doing here.
Still waiting on that chapel.
I was going to say
it's our pregame tradition.
Our pregame tacos this evening for sure. Those folks over at Chapelines take care of us.
Glad to see the injured player get off. He wasn't under his own power, so we hope it. So we're going over to Coach West.
We've got you loud and clear, Coach West. Oh, Coach.
All right, the Royals are taking over here. Quick pass out to the flat on first down. Able to pick up a solid 4 yards.
Tackle by Trevette.
Yeah, that right there is what I've been kind of waiting for, Ian, is just they're playing off coverage. You know, the other thing I'd like to see, and they're not giving us a whole lot of time for it, but would really just be a 1-2-3 and throw it to Eric Fox, you know,
Absolutely.
Kid that's athletic.
Throw it up and let that big guy
They just don't have anything over the top.
I
I thought we missed a hole there.
I'm worried we put it on the turf, Coach. Hampton sure seems to think so.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Hampton.
Can't have that. That's you get 4 on first down.
He had a little momentum.
You know, I thought we missed a hole there. I thought we had a chance to hit one and kind of bounced it. And look, that's what happens, you know, in football. But then you just you compound that by fumbling the football. So.
All right, this would be a great opportunity for somebody to make a big play. Hopefully Jeremiah or is that Connor in there on the far side?
I'd say it's coming this way. Nope. They ran a little sweep.
Yep. Able to get up inside the 30.
Brought down by Steinbach.
You know, and the thing I notice even about their sweeps is their sweep is downhill. It's not a vertical sweep where they're trying to get outside. They're just trying to catch it with a little bit of outside leverage and go straight.
And Coach, is it the tackle there? 78 is just a big old fella, right?
Yeah. He's certainly he's not struggling with the blocking there. There's a little
opposite him on this one, but
go a little end around action right there. That's kind of their backwards play that they can do there to the
keep you honest.
Yeah, and especially going off that sweep. I'm going to end around it. But yeah, downhill and behind big 78. He's a load.
Well,
What's he? He's running. Looks like he's running about 6'5".
We know that, yeah. And we can see that because of these wonderful red zone views.
Better job there, but man, look, he just keeps pumping.
Keep motoring. Yep.
What in the world?
It's right behind 78, right? Well, and Coach, we've said this before. It's so important with a young team, younger than most anyone else.
And I know that Coach Childs and all the coaches are tired of the young team excuse, but it's at the end of the day, it's still true.
Not an excuse. It's not like that. It's about our guys growing
and kids learning the game of football. Kids that haven't played at this level.
Anybody who thinks you're going to be able to grow and get better without some setbacks along the way, either hadn't been around kids very long or just isn't doing this right.
Townsend on the carry for the Hampton first down.
Able to get a first down. Would this be first and goal from the 9, Coach? Yep.
Yeah, it looks like we're on the 9. They're in that strong fullback to their sideline again. I just look for power again.
I'd love to see Gio here on this inside be able to Well, they run away from him.
Burleson on the carry.
They're doing just such a good job of
Technically
falling
sound.
forward
Yep.
and running through blocks or tackles, and
Well, and not trying to make a great play on every play, right, Coach? It takes some patience to be able to run this old school style
yeah, it doesn't
football,
have
right?
to be. I mean, no one does this anymore, and it's because it's not a great brand of football. You know,
Nope.
I made the comment, you know, about the Happy Valley game, you know, and John, you were there, but it just was a miserable game to watch. But, man, it's effective. You know, like it doesn't have to be the funnest game in the world if you can do it well.
Well,
It's 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've struggled all year with holding that edge, and these powered run teams, our guys are still working on bulking up. We'll get there.
Hampton's able to get across for another touchdown.
Burleson carries for the Hampton touchdown.
Tackle there, even though he got in the end zone, was tackled. 12 was just a smidge slow getting up. You know, gosh, I don't think I'd do anything but give it to 12 the rest of the night. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it to 12 and run behind 78 as often as I can.
Yep. Well, he's able to power through and
Burleson carries
in for the 2-point conversion.
You know, 12's not a big kid, but I feel like he might be able to squat a house the way he runs. I mean,
and
just the churning of the
this
legs is
level,
incredible.
It's not necessarily about it's about being hard to take down, right, Coach?
Yeah.
All right, here in just a second, might take a moment to hear from John Covey and some of our wonderful sponsors.
GT Shelley Enterprises. If you need that lawn mowed, if you've got some leaves that are down and you need them taken up, call our man over at GT Shelley, our longest running sponsor here at Eagleton, 865-441-6999.
All right, back here again. You know, everything they've done so far is just taking time off the clock, and we haven't found a way to slow them down.
Yeah, and
I keep saying this, but, man, this can get out of hand real quick if we don't sustain something here and go score. We've shown an ability, you know, to get a play here and there, but then we're behind the chains, or we get 5 on first down and we fumble the football. We just got to find a way to not shoot ourselves in the foot here.
another fantastic musical selection by John Gallagher and the ECCA band.
Got to be a little more heady there, Wyatt. Wyatt's a kid he's been playing with us since we got here. Those kind of, they're almost like trying to ground a play, trying to catch one at shortstop, right? Sometimes it's better to let that one go to the guys behind you in that situation, and because those are hard bounces, and you've got to
catch on an inside in between hop.
Yeah, and then you're running, right? Then you've got some momentum behind it, but.
Yep.
Looks like we're out in 10 personnel, 2-by-2 look here. Still playing off on our outside receivers. I'd be trying to get them the football.
Well, and again, just one safety back. He's able to get the edge, turn up field for a big gain.
Now, I like that play a whole, and there's a penalty. What is the penalty?
Where's that flag, Coach?
If they're gonna call some kind of a hold. I'd love to see that. I like what we did there. That's a new wrinkle,
Yep.
And it's a way to get it to a really athletic kid that can run.
Well,
and again,
And Coach,
I said it
where we change direction, so you're on that one side, and then when you turn, it becomes a hold, even though it's a good block to begin
for
with.
sure. They that's what you see in those jets
Yep.
the most often is a kid has kind of got through and you're working it, but you have to understand the play. Up front, you've got to know, hey, this thing's getting outside. If someone comes to my inside away from where the ball's going, I don't need to hold them. I don't need to. I can get a hand on, but I can't hold in that situation.
That's a savvy that nope, a little bunch formation over here on this side.
Sounds like the Cloudland coaches are telling them to shift and they're not doing it, but it's the great thing about being inside the press box here.
All right.
Screen.
Looks like it.
Block.
Looks like one that could
There it
be
is.
There.
Oh,
no.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
no. And we've lost it. Hampton recovers on the 36-yard line.
Plymouth pass to Coach complete. Fumble.
Coach, that's a frustrating one, I know.
First down here.
Got the replay here. You know, you couldn't have set it up
Dial
any
it up
better.
right.
Block.
Looks like great camp work
There
here.
it
Got
is.
there, able to evade that first tackler. And he's
Oh,
put his
no.
hand on the ball.
Oh, my goodness. It's just the tale of every game, Coach. It's frustrating. You get a play. That's two. You know, we had 2 plays on that drive. One was a 35-yard gain that got called back, and
Both
another was a.
potentially big plays, right?
And I know it's frustrating for Coach Childs and Coach Branton, and
Timeout, Eagles.
you can't have that in that situation. And I know what kind of player Lane is. I know he's upset with himself. Got to shake it off and go play though. And we're going to go over to John Covey for a sponsor spotlight.
Mowerworks, your outdoor power equipment repair shop. 865-213-2773. Just want to shout out to them. They have had 4 of our Eagleton Royals as interns this year, teaching them skills like welding, mechanic, customer service. So see our guy, Mark Nunn, over there at Mowerworks. Thank you, Mark. We know that you're a avid watcher of these games. See our guys over at Mowerworks, 865-213-2773.
Another one of our favorite sponsors there. Does some great work and also just some good folks over there. John speaks to the number of our students who've been able to be over there and learn skills and even social media marketing and some really neat things going on over there at Mowerworks.
So we're coming up here, Coach, on, you know, they score again in the second half. We don't get any points on the board. It's going to be a running clock with a team. And look, that's the first time they've been in spread.
Yep.
And still running downhill hard. You know, they just – the thing that I've noticed, too, is their offensive linemen are blocking well, but, man, their edge guys, their tight ends, when they're in that power formation, their fullbacks, their running backs.
We spotlighted 78 on the last drive, but then the tight end out on the other side of him is the one who springs the key block that is able to get him moving. So, yeah, it's –
looks like they're going back to 3 wide, got a little H-back, little shotgun look. And they're just going
running the
hard power right there.
well,
It's something I saw I thought was interesting talking to Coach Childs is I think this happens. So there's a dad and a son on the staff for Hampton, and I think the dad's the one calling the power plays, the power I formations, and the son's the one calling the more spread look. So,
okay. Well, new school, old school.
Yep.
All right, see if our Royals can get a stop here.
Quarterback counter.
Oof. I thought Connor was going to be able to get off that one and make a play, but looks like it's going to be a Hampton touchdown.
For the Hampton touchdown.
Well, officially in running clock territory after the half if we don't put any points on the board.
Excited to see all these students decked out in red.
Oh,
white,
he fumbled it. He did not get it. He did not get it. He fumbled it. Hey, first sign of life we've had there.
Yep.
So stopped him from that 2-point conversion. But that puts your score, Hampton 30, your Royals 0. Looking at going into this right here, we've got to see if we can go back to some of those things we did. The screens are going to be there. The short passes are going to be there. I'd love to see us come back to the jet sweep at some point, even if it's from the opposite way, something.
And, Coach, the game plan doesn't change. You still are looking to go, and I know what Coach Brenton's wanting to do. He's wanting to play quick and do some of these things, and that's really what we need. We need to be able to move that ball fast and see if we can get downfield. I am real excited to see all the ECCA students out here in Forest decked out in the red, white, and blue.
I just want to apologize. Apparently, I've said Cloudland a few times, and I mean to say Hampton. So they are from the same county. So,
Coach, at least you're not calling us the Rebels.
yeah, that will never happen. So, yeah, I certainly will never say that we're the Rebels on air.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what kind of a guy would do that.
But yeah, sorry. So again, apologies. The Hampton Bulldogs. Thanks for looking out, Coach Hart. Good luck to David Dando at the cross country meet tomorrow.
Indeed. Traveling a little bit, able to get and represent ECCA in a state level competition. It's a neat opportunity for Coach and David, correct?
Well, we've been to Clarksville a time or two. You know, we've had some
Say we've had some fun down
state
there.
championships there for track. So good luck to Coach Hart and David, and great field position here, Ian. We're 40-yard line.
Another
Let's
great
see
opportunity to get some momentum here before the half, right?
Yeah, and just see what we can do here. I mean, look, it's 30-0 right now. You're playing to figure out what we can be best at.
Yeah. Well, and it's, if nothing else, opportunity to try and good. Oh, I thought he had some daylight, Coach.
It was a really good job by Nate of kind of popping up
Indeed.
and feeling that pressure, getting up in there. Hampton did a good job of bringing that pressure, but look, positive yards on first down.
Well, getting the play in here.
Still little trips out there.
Say, are we going to look something
man,
here to
there's
the outside?
it's vulnerable down here, man.
Right? Can we get it out here to Fox? We're not even really looking.
I like it.
But
Get
nice drag over
upfield.
the middle of the field. Is he going to give him field or forward progress?
Got to do a better job of catching the football and getting north and south. You know, we have got to realize that we're not always going to be more athletic than everybody. Colton, great kid, love the way he fights. It's just, again, it's the growth of knowing, hey, sometimes it's better off put your foot in the ground and get 3 or 4 than to run horizontally for 10 yards and not gain any extra. Navarre is open. Oh my gosh, Navarre was open.
Ball coming out to this side. Is that Fox?
Yep. Eric with the catch. Really good throw.
Completion for Mower Works first down.
First one of the game. I like it. Mower Works first down, and all we did there was just a simple smash concept. Ran a little hitch with number 1, and Navarre ran a corner. And I'll be honest with you, Coach, Navarre was wide open. So it's something we need to kind of come back and look at. So
well, the opportunities are there, especially the way they're crowding this line. But
I really like that we've put Navarre in the slot. I think that's a mismatch.
And he's looking for him, and he's caught him on the slant, and he's able to stay up.
I like it.
Well,
I love that.
Coach, is that what you're talking about right there? He's not able to get by him, but he falls forward. He's able to get 3.
Yeah, and just a beautiful RPO. And the thing I loved about that play is we've RPO'd off of the jet sweep that we had some success on. That they saw that and thought, here it comes, and that kind of held those safeties a little bit to get a open slot there with Navarre. I like that a lot.
Right, Coach? Is get them moving one way and then throw it the other.
Don't want to forget another Mower Works first down.
Some motion coming to the near side. Clemmer's back.
A little bit of a miscommunication there. I think that Willard might have stayed on the out a little longer than Nate thought he was going to, and Nate was just trying to put it up. But I like to see us throwing the football down the field a little bit. I do. I like to see it.
Well, and Willard's a guy who's had some success with that thus far this season. He's got some quickness, and he's not a huge guy, but he can jump.
I love everything about this side right here. I love Fox, Navarre, Willard. you've got a good athlete in their quarterback over there, number 18 on the single side, but I really like what we've got over here. Going back to the run and play, I like it. Just falling forward, better job there.
Do we have a flag on the ground?
Don't see one. No, over on the other sideline, yep. It's going to be a formational foul with where it was dropped. Illegal procedure on the Royals. Not sure what that was, though.
Well, they had a man in motion, right?
Yeah, it had to be a backfield, not enough men in the backfield. Someone was on that was supposed to be off, or vice versa. Someone was off that should have been on. That's really, man, it seems like every time, Coach. Every time we get some momentum.
Well, maybe it's just cleared us open a little bit of space so we can throw it over the top to Willard like we tried to last time.
I'm telling you, if it's me, I'm looking at Navarre.
Near side.
Something over here, Navarre on a post.
Send those two guys and have him jump back for a screen.
Hold Willard with a bubble, something like that.
Play or something, right?
I also like that.
That'll work.
I like that because
Gets
they're
almost
bringing
half of it back.
They're bringing so much pressure, especially off the edge, that if you can just get a little bit of hands on them, it's got. And Nate's running with some authority. Look, we're down 30-0, and he's grinding, he's working hard, and that's what you love about Nathan Clemmer.
Yep. Well, and so far all these guys, we hadn't seen any let up. We're up against some stiff competition, and we're still fighting hard.
I'm still trying to find time to get Navarre something over the middle or a corner route right here. That'll also work for a first down.
Is that Willard King?
Yep, Willard on the little RPO there for another mower works. First down.
Well, there's those open spaces. It seems like he just got into that open space, sat down, and Nate was able to get him the ball.
But again,
first down, right, Coach?
In this day and age, everyone thinks that everything's an RPO, right? But here in this offense, that was real simple. They're bringing a lot. Nate sees it. He throws a little stick over the middle and gets him something.
I again want to point out this fantastic instant replay from John Covey over here in the booth. All right, roll into this near side. He's able to stay up and cuts it back. He's got a whole lot of grass. He's looking for that outside pylon. Forced out of bounds at the 4. All right, this is exciting, Coach. Another more works. First down. 32 seconds left here in the half, Coach. We got 3 timeouts. Hoping we're able to punch this one in. All right. Clemmer's on a keeper, able to punch it in for a big touchdown before the half. A Broadway Barbershop touchdown. I'll be interested to see here what the Royals decide to do. We got such a good place kicker that I think we got to get the 7. We're set up here for the extra point. Fumbled exchange. He's able to throw, and it is not called.
You know, the one thing you did there, you found a way to get some points. That eliminates the running clock in the second half.
Punch it in.
You know, that's a big key.
Is on a keeper, able to punch it in,
so that's a good thing.
And be able to get some confidence here, going into that locker room, have and talk about what needs to be done, but have something already done, able to build on here in the second half. Well, and who knows? We've got such a good special teams group here.
Love just what we're being able to do here with the broadcast, being able to go back and forth between cameras. I mean, I don't think people understand what a big deal it is to be able to do it at this level. You know, obviously our fearless leader, Scott West, who I think he might be down there taking a nap somewhere, but without him, you know, if you're looking here at the broadcast from left to right, you got Landon McClurg on the 50-yard line cam, myself, the big guy. Then you got the tall guy and Ian Britton, John Klaus, Peyton Estrada, John Covey, Scott West.
Sachi's a tall guy, too.
And Shaylee Chastain. So, you know, a really good group here, and we're thankful to be able to do it. And obviously we're excited to be able to bring you more every week. So,
Absolutely. All right, Coach, is the plan just to kick it deep and make sure?
yeah, I mean, I think so. You know, you just got to be careful. This is that's a safety.
Get him down, boys. Get him down, boys.
Safety, baby. I love it.
Again,
I don't know what the conversation's about. He touched the ball out here and got tackled in the end zone. It's a safety.
I'm putting 2 on the board until I hear differently.
There's absolutely no conversation to be had here. He touched the ball in the field of play. He recovered it in the end zone, and he was tackled. It is a safety.
Hampton's leaving their offense out here.
No chance. There's a flag on the play. We have a flag down here on the play. Personal foul.
On
Personal foul is the call.
Coach, I'm hearing that they called a personal foul because they tackled him in the end zone.
That can't be right. There has to be some kind of explanation for what just happened there.
Okay, apparently there's a face mask, which they called as a dead ball.
That's not a dead ball penalty.
But they said that's why.
That's not a dead ball penalty. At worst, you have to re-kick there. How did they get tackled in the end zone and end up on the 35? It wasn't a touchback. That's not how football works. Look, I know we're down 30-6, but that is unacceptable to be that wrong. I don't know how you can consider something a touchback when they got tackled in the end zone after touching in the field of play. But they're going Hail Mary here. I like that we sacked them because I don't see a whole lot of respect in that. You're up 24 and you're going to go Hail Mary.
a Coons Cram Course sack. Our first one here. At least first one here. All right, that takes us to the break here, guys. We're going to get you set up here, hopefully here in a little bit to listen to the band. We're going to take a little bit of a break and be back with you guys here for the second half.
And we're going to go ahead and listen to your Eagleton Marching Band. This is the first year that the Eagleton Marching Band has been on the field. Continuing with our second song. You might notice on the Eagleton Marching Band we have two football players, Mitchell Wilson and Emilio Aguilar, playing double duty, both on the field and in the band. That was Eagleton's first ever public playing of the song Despacito, the Eagleton Marching Band led by John Gallagher and Lily Benson. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back after the half is ready.
Welcome back for the second half of football here at the Crown in Blount County. Joined up here in the booth with our good friend Scott West. I don't know if we can hear him. Might be the first time ever that you can't hear Scott West. Legendary Scott West.
It's just an honor to have Scott West on the call with us here for a minute.
Literal royalty up here.
Well, my son requested me. So,
Luke, this is for you.
we came up to give you a little break, and to give John a little breather, as he is like the little monkey on the side of that sits on the curb with the tambourine, the bass
he's a
drum.
hard-working man, breaking a sweat up here,
But
getting
he's
some
doing a great
well-deserved
job.
refreshment.
He's doing a great job. I'm just afraid I'm going to start his fall break off on a very stressful note. But guys, if you look up there, you see that moon landing. Can you get a pan shot up there, McClurg, and get that moon? The moon's in the sky. Landon McClurg, the moon. Could you get a shot of that moon?
He's getting that team coming on.
As it's an absolute, I believe, is that
Gorgeous
what we call
evening.
science teacher? A full moon?
That would be a full moon.
So
Yes, sir.
a full moon here at Eagleton College and Career Academy, and unfortunately, we're getting bulldog in London by the Hampton Bulldogs, as they've been running all over us. But
They have indeed.
Randall, they had some opportunities, I think, that we missed offensively in the first half.
Yeah, it's been the tale of the whole year, right? We get a little momentum, then we get behind the sticks. We get a couple good plays, and then we fumble the football. We had the big Eric Fox sweep down the sideline, but also on they had a little short hitch play over to Eric on the Hampton sideline, and Navarre McDonald Reisner was running wide open. Down on our sideline, we ran a little smash concept, and we got a 4 or 5 yard completion out of it, but man, Navarre on the corner route was wide open.
And I heard you say this, and being down on the field, you can see it even clearer. When there's a hole, Hampton hits it
Hard.
and there's no hesitation. And when they go, they go. Their 2-point conversions, it's like a knife through hot butter. So
And they churn their legs. They don't stop, and they get, even if they get it hit at 3, it seems like they get 8 or 9. And to get 4, 5, 6 yards when you're getting wrapped up at 3, that's impressive. So. Definitely Hampton's. They are good at what they do, and they run hard. And at this point, it's a 24-point game. You've got to come out here and try to get some stops and score, and see if you can get better. I mean, that's the key.
And Coach, in this second half, that score at the end of the half, being able to get on there, causing it not to be a running clock in the second half.
that's big, and that's all about pride here.
Yeah.
And we got to get better and get more prideful in ourselves. But second half, it's all about, can we stop them? And we lost contain multiple times. We're crashing. They're getting that little outside.
Able to get out
and
get a
we
whole
just-
lot of green
we
grass.
just had no answer for it.
Well, and Coach, we've got about 20 seconds here before we're going to start the second half. Brag on your crew, if you could, for just a
What's
second. Brag on your crew here.
I'll tell you
All your
what,
students.
here's what I'm going to brag on. I'm going to brag on my colleagues at Eagleton College and Career Academy, as I spent 15 years at another location, and I never had this much faculty help and support in my entire life. So that is different. If you want to talk about what's different,
Coach, we joke about the one Eagleton thing, but
that's different.
It really is.
Everybody here helps in, and everybody here jumps in. And not only do they jump in with excellence. As you guys are doing a great job. Obviously, John he's the master of all trades up here, and he's doing a fantastic job. I've been watching and monitoring as I've been instructing the cameras down on the field.
Getting some great shots for us.
But everything has been really good tonight. So, and we're only going to continue to get better as we develop. We've had more and more kids interested in wanting to be here. So, we're ready to go. But I thank you guys. I thank Landon McClurg, who's doing an excellent job on the stable cam up here. And then our red zone cameras have been solid, and John Klaus is killing it down on the sideline. So
it seems like he's everywhere, Coach.
well, he's fired up about it, and that's what you should be when you get an opportunity to do something like this.
Something special.
To produce something that nobody in our state, and I say nobody is doing what we're doing here. They can only hope to do it across town.
Coach,
they're not even close.
it looks like we're lining up for some kind of onside kick right
We're
here.
going to try and Steal
Oh,
near
there it
big
is.
bounce.
There it
And
is.
it's successful, recovered by number 5,
Hey,
Wyatt Matosian.
talking about sparking, there you could not have kicked that football any better.
But when that ball hit Randall, that bounce.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's not much more that you can ask for on an onside kick. And look, you're down by 24. You haven't stopped them defensively. Why not? Why not? See if you can get a spark.
It's the one area of the game so far we've seen to have the edge, right?
And, hey, at the end of the day, guys, you get a touchdown here in a 2-point conversion. It's a 2-score game.
Right. A lot better, I think, defensively. Even though they scored a touchdown, it was better. We've given them the short field.
Yep.
With 2 turnovers, and you can't do that against good teams. This is like a 3-man Monday night crew up here.
I'm Tony Romo. Nice little RPO there. They're just going to continue. Coach, we talked early in the game. They're loading the box and saying, "Beat us with your skill guys."
Well, and Coach, was that
that's
his first read on that? Because I feel like that's just a good decision.
Want to make sure we hit. That was a Mower Works first down. Hadn't had a ton of those this game, but nice little momentum there.
More recently, though, getting some momentum.
But definitely, it looks like an RPO, but I'm not sure he ever wanted to hand that ball off. I think he wanted to get that one out there.
Fox with a sweep.
And he puts it on the ground. Oh, my goodness. Just running too loose with it. And that was good penetration by the Hampton Bulldogs. They put a hand on it.
It's
that's
unfathomable at times, guys, that it's almost like clockwork that we get a good play, we get some kind of momentum, and then we turn it over. It's tough. It's tough.
Here's the deal. We're not as bad as that score reflects. And there's been a lot of good things. Now, that was a good defense. Not as much as a good defensive play. It's just being way too loose with the football. And then you give that. So it so right there, it's just you got momentum. You're going down the field with a chance to make it a 2-score game, and instead, 10 seconds later, it's 65 yards to the house for the Hampton Bulldogs, and that's just a killer.
How quick something can change.
Oh man, it's that's disheartening. And I notice nobody wants to fumble the football.
Sure.
Nobody's out there that wants to do that. But it's all about having recognition and ball security.
Yeah, Eric's played hard. I mean, he's had a few opportunities to run the football in this game on those little jets, and he's running hard. No one, I said it early on when Lane had a couple fumbles. The kid doesn't want to fumble the football. He plays hard.
And when we're pointing things out up here, none of that is a shot toward a kid, but we have to learn. It's just kind of like my guy John Klaus. From game 1 to game 7, he's went from pretty good on the sideline with the camera to really good. And that's what our football team's got to do. They just got to, and I know it's a lot easier. Nobody's out there tackling Klaus, but it's just you get that onside kick, man, you get a first down on the very next
just
play.
Such a well executed.
Well, and look, it's a buzzword around here, right? We're all educators. It's growth, right? That's when you make those mistakes, it's finding a way to not do it again, and that's not fumbling the football, not making a bad read, not wrapping a guy up. You've got to learn to grow from those things.
And I know you guys have hit it, but while we get a little kickoff here, our sponsors, GT Shelby Enterprises, 865-441-6999. GT's always been a supporter of the programming that I put out there at the other place and here. Coons Cram Course, Steve, a good friend of mine, and also saved me thousands of dollars. And then my good buddy Johnny Morgan at Broadway Barbershop. My hair is getting ready to grow out. I may visit you soon. And then Mower Works, always supporting Eagleton College and Career Academy.
Little pooch kick. Looks like
It's Fife.
Adam Fife making a play there,
And
running hard.
Stay up, running hard.
And again, there's been bright spots. There really has.
And spotlight the special teams, because another
47-yard line.
great special teams play.
That's the frustrating thing offensively so far is it seems like every time we've touched the football, we've been in good field position. I think the furthest back we've started is the 30. We've been at the 40-plus multiple times. Just, again, it's the growth. It's can we find a way here to not get behind the sticks or not put the ball on the ground. Out there in that little 2-by-2 look, Going to be they're still loading the box defensively.
Well, but able to run right into the teeth of it, and
That's
get some
6 yards
positive
on
play,
5 yards on first down.
And that's the one thing you can do is if you can just find that seam with that as much pressure as they're bringing. You know, if you can have a clean handoff, you're going to get 4 or 5. We just have to look again. 2nd and 6. Can we stop from making a mistake to either have a penalty or put ourselves further back for 3rd down?
I thought they spotted that back a little bit. I thought he had 5 on there.
Went with a little screen pass there. Got to get a little bit better of a block from Willard King. He was there. Just have to continue to fight for that block there.
Well, it's that, and if the ball gets there just a smidge quicker, maybe he's able to set his feet and put his foot in the ground and start heading north and south.
Again, they got a good athlete out here at corner, 18.
doubt.
That's their quarterback. You know,
They're
he's
playing him up and tight on those, so.
If it's me, I'm trying to find a way to get Navarre involved a little more. He seems like every time he gets the ball, he gets north and south.
Were we trying to set up a screenplay there, Coach, and just somebody missed a?
They're just look. Screens are great, but you still have to touch them. You still have to get hands on them and then release. It can't just be, all right, here you go, open gates, because the quarterback has to have time to set that up.
Right.
And it was set up.
Have we done any play action tonight to try to, because they're stacking the box.
Good point, Coach.
No, and what I'm seeing defensively is they're just bringing it. They're not reading much. They're saying we're better than you. You can't stop us. So we're not going to worry about reading. We're going to bring pressure and hope you can get the ball out.
I'd like to see Gio at some tight end.
Well, they threw him in there at that fullback H-back slot, right?
Yeah, he early on we were in more of that 20 personnel with him in at H-back. And I think they went with that really for more protection purposes. But even there, you could go H-back away, have him protected on the backside with a little screen to the strong
And I
side.
know he's a new football player, and that's part of it too, but he's also an athlete. So that would be something.
Steinbach's had a great night punting the football.
He has. Well, special teams as a whole. Again, Coach Bruton does a great job. I know young teams that can sometimes be a challenge to get kids.
I'm not sure about his average, but it's got to be well over 40 yards a punt.
And Coach West, correct me if I'm wrong, we should be in a running clock here.
We are correct.
It's 30 points after
correct.
halftime. So looks like they're running it now. Finally got a nice little tackle for loss.
Is that Connor Cox?
Connor Cox. And we've talked about Connor a lot. Look, Connor's been there. He just has to do a better job of squeezing. And right there, I think he did. I think he squeezed down and was able to make that play. It's doing that with some kind of consistency. You know, that was the trouble at Wartburg last week. He had 9 tackles, but he probably could have had 14 if he would have squeezed on a few more plays. And so, again, growth. Tyson on the tackle there.
So I don't know that I've seen a lot of teams able to kind of move Tyson. He didn't push him into the backfield. That's
33 has done a really good job on Tyson tonight. I think they came in with the plan of 33, you're blocking him, and he's done a good job. We've got to find a way when we've got those guys wrapped up and kind of held up to try to strip the ball, do something to get the ball out.
He's able to get the edge, and there's a flag. Would we assume
probably a horse collar,
is that
just based on the way he got tackled?
Yep.
The thing I didn't like about that is Connor Cox was running to the opposite side before the snap, and they went right where he just disappeared from. And so, got to do a little bit better job of getting set. Face mask on the play.
Personal foul, face mask.
15.
I don't want to understate, guys. Hampton is a good football team. There's no doubt about it. This is a team that was in the state championship just a couple years ago. And they play a brand of football that's unique to them. Not many people do this anymore, but, man, they do it well.
It's not about having the flashy thing. It's doing what you do well. A little miscommunication, but Unfortunately, we're not there to take advantage. Royals don't give up on the play and force him out of bounds.
Yeah, that young man's going to have 200 yards rushing.
Yeah, good angle by JJ there, but man, you just that's kind of a.
And when JJ is having to make that tackle in the first place, you know it's been a successful play for him.
Well, and you start out right there with a little bit of a miscommunication in the backfield. He bumps into the fullback, and that still happens. That's frustrating.
Hoping that's the kind of miscue you can take advantage of. Royals are up close here to the near side.
Gio with the tackle.
Again,
Stay on.
a great athlete making a great play right there.
Tackled by Hippolyte
Hippolyte.
Yeah, that's the first time we've really seen tonight an interior defensive lineman kind of take up that block, shed it, make a tackle. You know, that's if you can do those kind of things against a power football team, that's really all you can do to stop it is either make that play or take up blocks so your linebackers can. But they're just on our linebackers so quick.
Oh, big stop. Who's able to jump up in there, Coach?
Okay, so again, there's been good stuff. It's just consistency.
The interesting thing is, do they try to throw the football here?
Have they thrown it tonight? I don't remember
not
a throw.
Successfully. I can't remember if, Coach, were there any attempts? That one that ended up being a keeper to the outside.
It's a huge third down play right here.
You got two to the outside, but you still got the fullback in the set, and they're handed off again. They're able to get the edge, and it looks like he's forward for the first down.
Yeah.
3rd and 10, and they run power. 3rd and 10, and they run power.
Well, that tells me they have
Confidence.
just like you said, we're better than you up front. We're going to blow you off the ball, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, I said it early in the game when it was 3rd and 9, and I thought if they get stopped here, they're going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they wouldn't have.
Yeah,
Inside of their own 20, I just think they know we're better than you, and we're going to show you.
Yeah, and he's just going to rumble into the end zone. Yeah, he's.
Jericho on the carry for the Hampton touchdown.
And I know this is tough, and I've been on the losing end of when you coach for 26 years at any level, you're going to be on some bad ends. And I understand what they're feeling down there, but now it's like I would tell a team if I was coaching them. You've got 16 minutes left. A lot of your character and who you are will be displayed in the next 16 minutes, and that comes down to playing every play, playing hard, not getting mentally taken out of it, doing something that's.
You keep doing that, and the scoreboard takes care of itself.
Yeah,
right?
Eventually, and it's about building at this point.
Yep.
And I know it's very easy for fans. It's very easy for parents to point fingers and to say, "Hey, this is what they should be doing. This is what they should be doing." Well, I know what these coaches are doing, and I know what these players are doing, and I know the hill that they've got to climb.
Steep.
And it's about staying with them, staying focused, and staying together, and I believe that they will. But, 16 minutes. If I'm Coach Childs right now, that's what I'm telling my guys in the huddle, 16 minutes. Let's forget about 46-6.
Yep.
Let's wipe that off the board, and let's play 16 minutes here. And if you can do that, then the next 16 minutes that you play, you'll be better.
Yeah, Coach, we've talked about it quite a bit this week, during school hours, and, we still control our destiny of getting to the playoffs.
Yes.
We got to win, against West Green, which allowed us to beat one more team, and no one wins a game that they're not really expected to. You're in the playoffs. And look, year one of a varsity program, but you also look after tonight. We've got 3 games. You got South Green, who's had a good year, struggled a little bit last week against West Green, but they're still a good football team. But then you got two winnable games against Cosby and Cumberland Gap. 4 wins in year one of a team that's never played varsity ever. You can't, and a chance to go to the playoffs. Now, you might be traveling out in the Central Time Zone and playing York, and they're a good football team. But these 16 minutes that Scott was talking about are, you find a way to get better. You find a way to fight.
If you go out of character here and you just throw everything to the wind in these 16 minutes, That's going to affect you in the Cumberland Gap. That's going to affect you in the Cosby. So that's what they've got to understand is, yeah, it's tough when you're getting punched in the mouth like that. Nobody likes it. But how many times will you get up? That's the character of a team. That's the character of a program. Is yeah, I'm getting punched in the mouth, but I'm still going to keep coming. So hopefully our guys will do that. And I have confidence in our kids. I have confidence in our coaches.
Well, another opportunity here on special teams to be able to
Eli Campbell with the
get solid field position.
Pick
and
up
again,
there.
we're starting right at the 50-yard line. Well, I'm going to go down the field, guys, and brag on my kids some more.
Good. Well,
Yeah, I
thank
think
you, Coach, for coming up and
First down, Eagleton.
joining us for a little bit. It's always good to have you up here.
Yeah, I mean, Ian, I think here you've got to find a way to work on how can I get better? What can I do here? You know, what do I want to be able to do offensively over the next 3 games? You work on that because, look, we're going to see teams like this.
Well, and Coach, anytime you're building something, you're going to get in some lopsided games. This is about who we are, and are we going to be the same person when things are going well as when they're not? And got a nice, solid play down the side. Unfortunately, I think Clemmer was hit as he threw.
Yeah, Nate just didn't get a good one out there. He's getting hit. You know, I kind of called for that earlier in the game, right? It's just 1, 2, 3, get it out. They put Liam in there who caught a big touchdown for us against Wartburg last week. I like that. I think.
And for such a deep route, that was a quick play, just not quick enough.
And Liam had a step there. I think if it's put out in front of him, he's got a chance. Now, I'd have been interested to see how he caught that one. He's one-handed out there with the cast on. So, back in a little trips to the far side there.
Running this way and has some space, able to get some solid yardage.
I like that. That's a nice little ran a little GT there. So a play I know they've been working on is just a little guard trap or guard tackle pull. And Lane found a hole and looked like he churned for, I don't know, about 6, 5.5, 6. So makes it a manageable third down.
Right here, 3rd and 5. I think you and I, Coach, we'll be looking for Navarre here. We're a little biased for him there. Oh, they come back with a little misdirection and
I like it.
forward for a Mower Works first down.
Coach on the hearing for your Little River excavating first down.
Yeah, I mean, They found a little bit of something there. You got to love that they're sticking with. Again, you're trying to find things you can do well, and that little GT's been working for them. And nice little shout out here. I think the last look we had 100+ viewers.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good little deal for this game. And
Appreciate everybody tuning in. For sure.
I hope our esteemed leader, Mr. Dallin, has made it safely to his travel destination and is checking, watching us here, and Coach Hart down there in Clarksville, and all of our supporters. We appreciate that for sure.
McElgay on the tackle. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 9 here.
Well, and got something cooking here at the end of the 3rd quarter. If we can.
Back in that little 2x2 set. Again, playing off of our outside receiver over here and up top. And looks like there it is, wide open.
It's open. Navarre's able to come down with it.
Man, if he puts it out in front of him a little more, Navarre had to wait on that one. But again, what they're doing with our 2x2 sets, Ian, is they're playing our slots, our inside guys, pretty tight. Again, that's another Mower Works first down. But that gives you the chance, especially with a kid like Navarre who runs such good routes, to, he's probably giving them a little set outside and then getting back under it. And I like that. Now we're in a little bunch formation up top. I like.
This looks fun. Now
trying to stretch the defense.
Yep.
There it is.
And are we going straight to him? Nope. Over the top and
again. I wonder.
For the cast, right?
I was gonna say, I wonder. I mean, that is not a basket type catch.
And
that's a
going
catch you
to that side, right?
That's the catch you got to go grab with your hands. And on that one, you know, I wonder if we're not a little more. I don't know if Eric might be hurt or, but. Look, I love Liam. I love his fight. I love, and it's nothing against him. It's not his fault. He's got a broke hand. But
and I really like the motion that direction that kind of decoys and pulls up that.
Yeah, and ran a little slant flat. You know, nothing crazy. But that's the end of the third quarter with our score: Hampton 46, Eagleton 6. Going to go over to John Covey for a sponsor spotlight.
2023 Eagleton College and Career Academy cheerleader.
Mowerworks. If you need your mower worked on, if you need an aerator worked on, a blower, a trimmer, we got leaves falling soon here, guys. Take your stuff over to Mowerworks, 865-213-2773. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5:30. Call our guys, Mark and Naomi. Also, we've got Koontz Cram Course. Koontz Cram Course. If you've got a student who's going to be taking the ACT soon, if they're a junior or senior, every single point of that ACT, that's scholarship money.
And your captain.
That is extra money in your pocket. Call a Koontz Cram Course, 865-387-0815.
Again, I want to just thank our sponsors. It's, you know, a lot of this is impossible without people supporting us. If you're listening to this and you think you might be interested in supporting us, reach out to scott.west@bluntk12.org. We'd love to try and find something that works for everybody. You know, again, I think me and you both, Ian, personally have used Mowerworks. Yep. You know, great people over there. They give you – They get you diagnosed, they give you a price, and they get it done.
And with so many just maintenance in general, you just don't know what you don't know. And being able to go over there and be able to trust those guys, it's a really, really great shop they got over there.
Yeah, I mean, I consider myself to be relatively handy, and, you know, changed out a motor this year on my mower and couldn't figure out a few different things. And so I called them up, said, hey, can I bring this over and let you all figure it out? And they got it fixed up for me. So back here, you know, driving the football, let's see if we can get something going.
And a quick handoff and some daylight, but.
So, you know, that's a bigger play there. If Jonathan Joyle, who got there really well, he's got to be tighter. Okay. It's something I harped on a lot as a coach on those kind of trap plays like that, is tighter to the line. You kind of hide yourself in behind your guys, and that defensive end or outside linebacker doesn't see you coming. When you're wider, we talked about it earlier, wrong arming or jamming it up, you have a chance to get under it more, which that's where you're running to. So be a little tighter there, run through it.
Looked like the hole was there and then it disappeared.
Because he was able to get under it, you know. And so third and long here. Let's see if we can get something going.
Well, but this may be 4-down territory for sure. Nice pass here to the flat. And he's able to break a tackle into the end zone.
For a Broadway barbershop touchdown. Nice little, just ran a little hitch out there to again, they were playing off and Colton made a play.
And Coach, again, we don't want to short sell Hampton or anything that they're doing. Members on a keeper, able to punch it in. Desire and the heart to be able to come here in the second half when you're probably not being able to
third and long here. Let's see if we can get something going.
It's not about this. Maybe it's about putting some double digits up there, getting some momentum. Nice pass here. More than just a score at this point, right?
And there's the replay. Colton broke a tackle, made a play. Third and long here. Let's see if we can with the extra point there, that gives the score 46-13. But you know, before Scott went back down, it was something we talked about. Is you just keep fighting to get better. You know, you find things that you can do well. And that was a great series offensively, right? Like we did a bunch of different things, and let's be honest, I don't think they're subbing guys because they don't have them. Yeah. I think their guys are going to play because that's who they've got.
And Coach, that drive wasn't about them. That was about us.
Yep.
Right?
And I think that's what it has to be at this time of the game. Is it's got to be what we can do and how we can get better here. So 44-13, is that the right score? I'm sorry. I thought I said 46-13. I meant 44-13. They missed that 2-point conversion on the last one. So, you know.
You're just a math teacher, Coach.
Yeah, you know, that's tough sometimes. So, you know, lining up here for the onside kick again. You know, if he kicks one like he did last time, it couldn't have been kicked better. They've got their
Say we could actually get the safety this time.
and they've got a couple athletes over here again, 18-3.
Oh,
But
never mind. You're right. You see that onside before I do.
offsides. Man, it was a good kick again.
It was that bounce. I don't know a lot of college kickers who can make that pop like that. That's
Gabe's obviously worked on that one. He's got a pretty good one, but that was offsides on us. Just got a little antsy.
I was gonna say it was just over aggressive over here on the near side.
So they're gonna drop it back 5, and
a chance to do it again.
Gonna guess we're gonna do it again. Yeah.
What you got to lose?
And the thing, they're not adjusting a whole lot to it. I mean, we've got 6 over here, and they've got 4. You know, we obviously got a little antsy there trying to get down the field. But you know, if he kicks another one like that, it's all about the bounce.
I was gonna say. Oh.
Are you kidding?
One?
Well, that's not good. We're just going to keep backing ourselves up and keep trying it again. That's 2 in a row, though.
Yep.
I mean, he's kicked 3 onsides, and they're all good. So, didn't see who. I think they're getting Eric or they're getting Wyatt over here.
Now, coach, is it about? It's not about the movement. It's about them crossing the line before the ball's kicked. Correct?
It is. So, you know, some changes. It's been a little while now, but you know, you can't line up behind the 5 yards behind the ball. That's it. That your foot can't even really be on that line, and so you're trying to time it to where that ball's kicked and you're running. But especially on an onside, I mean, it's so they've switched where they're going, and I kind of like it. It looks like they're going to kick the ball down.
Oh, okay. Another fantastic kick. Drives him all the way back to the 20-yard line. See if we can cover it.
You got a little turf monster got him there, and it's probably a good thing because just like Hampton's
there,
just like Hampton's done all game, he was running downhill. I think it's pretty obvious something that they harp on, right, Coach? They tell their kids, when you touch that football, you're gonna run straight and you're gonna run hard. You know, they don't try to avoid a lot.
Dancing, right? There's no.
You ain't seen many jukes. You hadn't seen many. Who can I miss? It's just you're gonna either tackle me or I'm gonna run through you, or you're gonna wrap me up. I'm gonna get you for 8 more yards. So, looks like same cast out there again. They're going a little too wide to the top of the field, and they're more in a.
Some of our ends can get in there and slow this down. Oh, first pass, high side, well
really
covered.
Good job by Gabe there.
Gabe, special team star, also important part of the backfield here.
I find it kind of funny that it's a 31-point game. You haven't thrown the football all game, and you decide to now. And look, there's a reason for that, right? They probably don't like the onside kicks. They probably, but do what you do well. You run the football really well. I would probably keep doing that, but hey, it's up to them what they want to do, and we've got to find a way to defend it.
Absolutely. All right, so now got these 2 receivers to the inside, run this way, and he held on to the ball though.
I've kind of wondered multiple times in this game. We're getting beat at this outside linebacker position some, but it also looks like we're getting some holds on our kids or some late. But we got to continue to be coachable regardless. Connor's been doing a good job of trying to fight through it. Good job there squeezing by Tyson to bounce it out, and that's what I've been looking for the whole game, coaches. You know, just
and that's the way you defend it, right?
That's the only way to defend that is you got to squeeze, you've got to make them bounce it out and hope that your corners and your safeties are there, and right there Navarre and Gabe did a good job.
Because your end and your tackle are there solid, and it forces him out wide.
Going back to a little two receiver look to the far side of the field.
Another one over the top.
I doubt. You think their coaches know the score?
And just pounding it up the middle there.
Carlton moves the pile for the first down. Tackled by Click.
right, Coach. I want to take another opportunity here to thank this fantastic crew up here, especially these students with all the new equipment and cameras and cords and things. Everybody pitching in for some really fantastic production tonight. We're able to get some penetration, but on the wrong side.
For another Hampton touchdown. So now that they're up by, 37 points, they decide they're going to kick a field goal. Again, what can you do? So,
Well, this is an opportunity for us to go out there and stop it, right?
it's correct. Every play's another opportunity, Coach.
Yep.
Another play to get better.
Able to push one through.
The Hampton kick is good. Eagleton 13.
I'm going to go back over to John Covey for a sponsor spotlight.
All right, it's that time of year. You're going to need some yard work done. Those leaves are falling. There's a crispness in the air that's slowly but surely coming. That means time for some yard work. Call our guys over at GT Shelley Enterprises. GT Shelley, been with us for a long time now. 865-441-6999.
Nice
Thanks.
tight shot there, Coach Winstead.
Yeah, Coach
in the
Winstead
corner.
down there on the
Doing hard
sideline.
work.
Yeah, you just, again, this is another opportunity for us to get the ball and try to get better offensively, and we've had some games this year where we've done pretty well defensively and struggled a little bit offensively, and last series was what we're looking for. Can we do that again? Can we replicate that?
Well, and we keep coming back to that pride, and it's not about them, it's about us. But again, if you can get another solid drive here, get you up over or right at 20, that feels a whole lot better than 50-13. Let's get that one covered, boys. Good.
Good starting field position again.
Again.
Looks like we're going to be on the 37.5.
On the recovery.
I'd say Cope's everywhere, isn't he?
It's first down from the 38-yard line.
I'd just go back to what we've been doing, Coach. I'd be looking at quick plays. Can we find something over the middle with Navarre again? It seemed to work every time we've tried it.
Yep.
And I think it'll work again right now. Nothing over the top. Keep churning there. And that actually benefited us by them tackling us the opposite way of what they're supposed to, but
But able to fall forward.
only second, about 8.
9?
Yeah, 8.5, 9. Our esteemed producer had it correct, and we dropped the
we
ball
were
over
wrong.
here. So 6 minutes to go in the game. Again, we're in a little 2-by-2 set here, and we got him to jump.
Got him to jump. We'll take those 5 and
That's one thing, Coach, that I've wondered if we couldn't put into our arsenal a little bit more this year. I don't really vividly remember us doing a whole lot of hard counts and.
And how much is that helpful? Not necessarily in getting the penalty called, but just slowing them down.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's another way to slow them down with a hard count. Screens. There's multiple ways you can do that, especially when you're struggling a little bit up front. And I'd be looking at trying to get something. They're going back to lane here. Nice little cut.
Well, and a good cut back, and got some room to run
for another
first down.
On the carry for your Little River excavating first down.
So now we're on the plus side of the field, about the 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Can we continue to keep this going? This has been the point in most drives, Ian, where we've found a way to shoot ourselves in the foot. Can we?
On our back and
This has been a good set for us. This little tight bunch. We got Connor Cox in the backfield. It looks like, and they're bringing pressure.
And they give it to him. Can he get around the edge? He cannot. Well,
Tried to fight to get back.
came close, right?
Got to have a little better job blocking out on the edge. I mean, that was about the only guy who could make that play.
For a guy like Connor, if he's got to slow down there, it's just not using that speed. He's able to get around that corner, and it's all about those angles. Another fantastic shot there of our boys in blue in the up front, not always getting the love that the guys on the outside do, but they're doing some hard work here.
So 16 over there is limping a little bit going into that play.
We go to Connor again, and he's able to make the read. He's got some room to run. Out
Really good
past
play
the
right
30-yard
there.
line for a Moorworks first down.
I'm looking here, Coach. We're on about the 28. I want to go with a shot right here. I'm looking for Navarre again. I know I've said
Play
that.
call in here while they're on their heels.
Yeah, just the way that they're lining up. 16 is, he is virtually on the line of scrimmage.
No help. Yep.
Right now it's hard to tell where 3 is. Now 3 is over top. I think they're anticipating that a little bit. I would come to maybe a fade with Willard King out here, try to get him to the outside if you've got time for it.
They go with Connor, and unfortunately, again, kind of caught in the backfield.
And again, this is we just got a 15-yard penalty against us. We've shot ourselves in the foot. Tyson with a little bit of shoving there after the play. And again, it's always who's the second one to do it. That's the one they see. They don't see the first one when the play's still kind of going on. They catch the second one doing it.
So much of it is about controlling those reactions, right?
Just making plays that don't make sense. I don't know how we ended up with second and
I was going to say
700 yards, but
is a bit much. They called 2 personal fouls.
I know we lost some on that play.
I guess it would be a dead ball foul after the result of the
Well, it's 3rd and 37. There is literally not a play in the playbook for this one, except for try to get as much as you can back and go for it again.
Or kind of surprise them, and that's first down. That's a real good play, right, Coach?
Yeah, that's not as effective on 3rd and 37, but you got some of it back. No doubt it's four down territory.
It's 4th down.
I gotta point out, Coach Childs. They pulled Tyson there after the penalty, and Coach Childs is over there talking to him. I like that. It's about growth, guys. We can't make bad decisions and not try to learn from them. That's a penalty again that was not called. He was holding him.
I don't know how he's not held there.
Look, I know it's 51-13, guys, and I know that these officials are ready to get out of here, but it's unacceptable that you can't make that call there. That was certainly a holding, pass interference. But again, I know I know that the game's out of hand, right? We're not coming back from this one, but you can't not throw that penalty. Not when it's that obvious.
Well, and Tyson's coming back in there. Again, just another opportunity for our coaching staff to, help these guys with their self-control, help these guys understand part of the game. Hampton's back, able to catch him in the backfield. He's still churning those legs, and turns it into a positive play.
Johnson on the tackle.
And it looks like, you know, we're going to get a couple players in that hadn't got any snaps, and you know, love to see them get a chance to get a few plays. And again, as we wind up here, Coach, we talked about it earlier. We still hold our own destiny. You know, we go and win some games. You know, compete against South Green, beat Cumberland Gap.
Well, and if you're Coach Childs and you're Coach Brandon, you got some good things, some attaboys on tape that you're going to be able to point out and hopefully show them how close they are, right?
Yep.
How a block here or there, staying tight, staying in on some of those plays, and we're in this ball game. So I do want to take the opportunity again to thank our fantastic production crew here on camera out there for us. Again, Peyton Estrada, Shaylee Chastain, and John Klaus on the field doing some amazing work. Landon McClurg up here being super patient with all of us in the booth, getting us some great overhead shots. My good friend over here, Randall Davis, keeping me in the game. And, of course, John Covey over here, making sure all the graphics, all the things, doing some amazing work. Keeping us all together, and then you know, the guy that we like to give a hard time down here on the field, who is in charge of it all. We really want to thank Scott West for just a wonderful evening, Coach.
Absolutely, and like we like to say here at Eagleton, we'll see you on the other side.